souls. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle. We talk all things life, love, spirituality, love, attraction, and all that juicy goodness. We're here for our weekly energy reading. Let's open up some sacred space. Archangel Micah, Archangel Metatron, please open sacred space. Please only allow the highest and whitest light messages to come through. Bless me. Bless my cards. Bless my beautiful viewers. Let's see what messages we have for today. Feels so good to smell that Palo Santo. I've been out of my normal routine, living in a new environment, so I don't have my normal, the things that I always do. I'm not cleansing every single day just because I don't want to bring a certain smell into another family's home if they're not game for it. But it feels good to smell it again. Cheers to a new week. Cheers to new beginnings. The energy has been so intense lately. The Schumann resonance, I think there was I don't know how to describe it, but there's a huge push of energy. Today is Saturday when I'm filming this. I think it was on Thursday. And it felt like a heart awakening for me. I felt so in love with life and with myself and with my path. And it was just like a 24-hour surge of good energy. So cheers if you guys experienced that. If you did not, if you experienced the opposite where you felt anxious, you felt tight, you felt like joint pain, migraines, headaches, that's the same energy pushing out any old residual fears and trauma, which gets stored in the tissues of your cells. So be excited, because that's a really good sign that you're going to be in that frequency of the heart coherence soon. So first, I remember I had years of that energy coming in, and I would always feel like physical ailments. And now I don't feel the physical ailments as much. I feel the heart surging and the love and the good energy. So cheers to this week feeling this way. I heard for the next 3 weeks, my guides told me the next 3 weeks are going to be insane for so many people, insane in a good way. Lots of people opening their heart, lots of people confessing love to one another, lots of people coming into connections, getting more aligned with the work that they're doing. We have the fire ant as our first message of the week. So the fire ant is kind of like a reminder to not stew over situations from your past. So a lot of times when we have energy coming into our planet, it's pushing out all of our old trauma, right? Well, there might be a situation from your past where you're like, maybe you were betrayed, or maybe you were cheated on, or maybe you just had friction with somebody in your life. Maybe it was a parent, a sibling. This is saying don't stew over the situation. Allow your body to release the energy from the situation so that you can be more free. I apologize. I don't know if you guys can hear the background noise. There's music playing in the basement. The son that lives here, his name's Alex. He is working out in the basement. So I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I can hear it. Dragonfly. I was on a walk 2 days ago and I was swarmed by dragonflies. There was 4 of them flying with me the whole time around my loop. And I just was giggling the whole time. I was like, I love this. So the dragonfly usually means take inventory of the quality of your mind. How fast is it moving? Are you overthinking something? Again, are you stewing over something that you don't need to be stewing over? And it's kind of just go with the wind. Don't be trying to control everything. I just saw somebody grabbing ropes and trying to pull somebody back from going somewhere, from talking to somebody. Maybe there's some sort of control with a partner. Maybe you're feeling possessive over somebody. Possession is a beautiful energy of, I love this person so much that I'm scared that I'm going to get hurt with betrayal. So it's not a negative thing, but it has to be harnessed. It has to be taken care of. It has to be nurtured. So what part of you wants to pull somebody back from living their life, pull somebody back from being loved by others? If you're feeling like you don't want somebody else to be, you want somebody to be yours and you only want to have them and you don't want them to, be admired by other people, that's okay. That's a normal codependent type of pattern. And we all have it in us at some point when we get very attached to people. But we have to learn to say, I love that person so much. I want them to go out and I want everybody to see what I see in them. And I get to be the one that gets to share life with them. I get to be the one that has the confidence to know that they're coming home with me And we have this connection. It's like that red string theory. Have you guys heard of that? That when it's a divine connection, the universe makes this red string go from your heart to their heart, and there's no other string that meets that heart the way yours does. So there's no other soul frequency on the planet that will meet your person's needs. So basically, you're the only one that's going to bring them that peace. You're the only one that's going to give them that love. So you don't need to worry about them like being with other people, because they're not going to ever feel as satisfied as they would with you. And they eventually have to heal that codependence, that jealousy, that possessiveness. And they have to realize that they are enough. They are it. You are it. You're going to have everything that you want, and you don't have to worry about losing it, because God literally made you two to be together, and you're just going to merge, and it's going to be easy and effortless. I just remembered a post that I made on Instagram, and it was about, people don't really talk anymore. You literally like meet somebody and then you're just full blown in a relationship. And that's what these divine connections are. It's an immediate awareness, or it's an awareness over time that all of a sudden God then turns you on to it. And you're like, oh my God, you've been here the whole time and I didn't know it. And then, yeah, believing in something you can't see, feel, and touch is the unicorn. So these connections are kind of like unicorn like. You're one of a kind. There's nobody else on the planet like you. And when you step into that knowing, you feel enough, because it's just who you are. You're matching the frequency of the other person that God made for you. So there's no not being good enough. You're just either it or you're not it. That's what I'm hearing. You're it or you're not it. So step into that confidence and know that you don't have to feel like you need to be enough. God made you guys to match. And it's literally like, they just showed me a symbol of like two matching socks. No matter how hard you try to make a red sock match a white sock, they're just not the same color. They don't match. The two matching socks are made for each other. And yes, the red sock could be a different experience for the white sock, right? It could be something that's where people get jealous, and that's where they get worried that somebody's going to kind of take over and betray them, or they're not going to get everything that they need. But if somebody truly loves themselves, they're going to honor you, and they're going to honor themselves, and they're not going to betray you. They're not going to lie to you. They're not going to want to hurt you. They're just going to want to be with you like that match. Wow, you guys, can you believe this? The unicorn again. And we have the dragon, the golden unicorn, ascension, awaken to your soul's potential. Dragon, Gaia's gateway, access Earth's inner wisdom. You are a beautiful unicorn. Do not second guess it. And Gaia is all about, hold on one second, quick text message. Okay, so for the dragon, it's all about connecting with the earth. And when you're outside, I just heard fairies. A lot of you guys are connected to me and my channel, and I'm very much so like a fairy girl, meaning like I thrive when I'm in nature. When I'm out walking with the trees and the earth, I feel so connected. I feel so in love with my path and with life. And that's kind of like my walk, right? We were talking about my dragonflies on the walk. Where can you go out into life and start connecting with the earth and really sinking into, I just imagine somebody sinking into the earth. You're like this beautiful unicorn that's so rare that you have a certain like distinct frequency that needs to connect with Mother Earth in order to do your mission. So don't forget about that. You are a beautiful unicorn. You're different from the rest, which means you have different needs. Okay. So remember, you're not like the rest. You can't assume that you can have the same routines as everybody else, have the same cleansing routines as everybody else. You're very, very different. I just got guidance to do my ever unfolding heart deck, and we have the crocodile. You are being called to let go of the timing of things. You must wait for the universe to move things for you. You will wake up one day and it will be time. And this is where I was saying, like, the next 3 weeks are going to be very divine, very orchestrated. We're being led to heal what we need to heal, to not stew over certain situations. And the energy that comes in, like every time I look at the Schumann resonance and I track the energies, it is laughable how it's so cool that we're not in control of when the energy needs to get pushed out, like when the lower three chakras need some clearing. Like this morning, there was a little bit of green and red energy coming through on the Schumann. And I was like, oh, that's the lower three chakras. And then when the energy is up higher on the chart, it's the upper three chakras. Well, this morning I had all this fear about money. I had fear of losing my nieces and my nephews. I was seeing one of them in a pool and they couldn't breathe. And that's just my old ego because I lost my daughter and because she died from respiratory failure. My ego knows that that's the thing that makes me the saddest. So when I'm in fear, my mind immediately thinks of the things that I'm scared of. And it reminds me of those events that I did witness. And then it's creating other events where it could happen again to more people that I love. But it's not real. It's just an illusion. It's just the fear like being activated in my body. That's again connected to Mother Earth. When you're out on Mother Earth or you're in nature, your chakras will clear a lot faster. Okay, let's do some Light Seers Tarot. Let's do a little relationship stuff. We have the Hanged Man. Somebody's in a waiting energy. Somebody's waiting for something. You're waiting for a download. You're waiting for somebody, maybe. But it's been I just heard somebody's been in a really, really long waiting pattern. And I'm so sorry because they just gave me the feeling like it was really, really hard. Maybe you've waited your whole lifetime for love and you still haven't gotten it and you're still waiting. This unicorn, this unique person is on their way to you and they're going to literally satisfy your every need because you learned to love yourself. Okay, now we have the moon and the star. Yay! I love the star card. The star card is my manifestation card. It's like your every wish, your every hope, your every dream is meant to become your reality. Look at her. She's wishing upon a star and she's knowing that it's going to come true. And the moon is like your fears. The moon is the opposite. It's thinking, oh no, this is never going to happen. I've been drowning and I can't see which way is up. And this has been the longest journey. And it's like, hold the line. Your dream, your wish is coming true. I love all the purple here today. Look at all this purple, and I'm wearing purple, so it's kind of synchronistic. It's been a long, I'm hearing again, it's been such a long wait, but you're finally home. You're going to be home soon. Six of Wands, and you're going to be celebrated, and you're moving out. The Queen of Swords. So you're no longer putting up with BS. You are now a girl that can set boundaries or a man that can set boundaries, and you're being seen in the spotlight because you've learned to master the art of your inner world. And you're literally so strict with loving yourself and not letting somebody else walk all over you. This is a super, super feminine message right now. This is for all the feminines that have been doing the work behind the closed doors. You've been holding on to your desires, knowing that they are going to come. You've worked so hard to expand your consciousness, to see things differently, to not hold on to the past pain. You've traversed your mind. You've been the dragonfly. You're not letting it get the best of you anymore. And you learn that being out in nature is the key to it all. You can access that fairy realm. You can access that unicorn-like state where you are just unlike anybody else. You're literally being celebrated. You're going to be in the spotlight. People are going to know who you are, and they're going to really, really love the frequency of who you are and what you bring to whatever environment you're going to be in. It's like somebody all of a sudden having like an online presence that they didn't have before. And you're just like, I finally, all the work that I've been doing for the last however many years is finally going to be seen by other people. And you're not looking for it, but it's just going to happen. All right, my butterfly deck, it's kind of like a little self-love messages from your angels of what you need to do to maybe find more forgiveness. You have listen and dream talk. Okay, cool. Let's read both of these. Listen is you have to be willing to listen if you want to really understand someone. Now is not the time to be offering advice, but to be a compassionate listener. To listen fully and intently means to pay attention not to just what's being said, but to what lies beneath the words. I don't think there's any better feeling than when somebody's fully listening to you and what you're saying, where they really are showing, even if you're talking about, you know, building a deck, or if you're talking about fixing a car, or if you're talking about shopping or this dress you found or creating content, like when somebody, even if they have no interest in what you're talking about, but they're fully listening to you, it is the best feeling on the planet because you know that they're listening because they love you, not because they need you to say something that satisfies their needs. They're just literally loving you and they're wanting you to be heard and seen. And then we have Dream Talk. It's a very interesting card. It says your subconscious constantly and subtly speaks through your dreams. It's just one of the many ways in which your soul and those here in the spirit world can reach out and communicate with you through signs, symbols, messages, and more. And you guys know I love signs and synchronicities. It's literally my favorite thing on the planet. And my daughter brought me that when she passed away in 2012. She started to send me hearts wherever I was. And I just was like, this is so magical how these hearts can just pop up out of nowhere. And then my dreams started to become messages. So this is a message for you guys. Are your dreams, again, the moon also represents your dream space. Your fears are surfacing during your dreams. The dreams might be talking to you, sending you messages. And it's your subconscious mind. I'm going to link a video right here where I talked about how to really impress onto the subconscious to call in what you want. All right, let's do a little Micah magic, shall we? Heck yes. Quick little lip gloss. Excuse me real fast. I love a little shine. Okay. Here we go. Micah, Micah, Micah. What do we need to hear today? It's time for an intuitive day. This is getting out, not knowing where you're going, and asking spirit to move you to the next perfect thing. I love intuitive days. There's so much magic that can happen on an intuitive day. Your current energy is creating your future. So who you're being right now is what you're pushing a button on and saying, hey, universe, I want more of this. So if you are in gratitude, I can't tell you guys how much gratitude really calls in manifestations. If you commit for the next 7 days to every single night, write your gratitude list and actually feel it, actually mean it. Like think about every single person that showed up for you. Your list will be huge and you'll realize that, wow, before I wrote this list, I was not really looking at my day and realizing how much good there was in my day. And if we're just moving through life, not really appreciating our day, what's the point? We're not really living. When you're living, you're in, I believe appreciation is really living because no moment passes you by without you saying, wow, this is awesome. I love this. Or this person just looked at me in the eyes and really listened to me and they were a total stranger and I loved it. Or, you know, I was babysitting this weekend for Alex and I drove him to a park to play basketball with his friends and he's 15 and he forgot the big JBL speaker that they were going to use to play. And I had just gotten home and he texted me, he's like, I'm so sorry. I don't want to be annoying, but could you bring back the speaker? And I was just like, absolutely, like no big deal. Where I could see a lot of other people being like, I just got home. I'm not taking this. You forgot it. That's your fault. But I love being the person that has no restrictions. I don't feel any tenseness around. I don't feel annoyance. I don't feel it's not bothersome to me. I would literally wake up at 2 a.m. and go pick up a friend who had a flat tire. I've learned to become that type of person where before I wasn't. So this message is for all of you to ask yourself, what kind of person are you? Are you somebody who's willing to be uncomfortable for other people, but you're not doing it out of abandoning yourself or a lack of boundaries? You're just really appreciating the fact that, hey, this is an opportunity at 2 a.m. to show up for somebody that you love. They're going to always remember that. I'd rather do the things that are uncomfortable, but have that lifelong memory of knowing that I loved you even when it was maybe a little difficult. You know, I fully believe that we are here to do those things is to transcend the ego and it's saying, oh, I don't want to get out of bed and they'll find another ride or did no, you know, buck up and you go do the hard thing because in the end it's going to last. It's going to give you a feeling that will last forever and it'll leave that other person feeling so loved. And we have twin flame, and I just burped, so my throat chakra is going a little crazy with this card. If you're seeing 1111, that's a twin flame energy. Twin flames are those divine connections with the red string. Forgive them. Somebody's asking for forgiveness as a twin flame. Maybe somebody hurt you or betrayed you. Maybe they're coming and talking to you in your dream space and saying, I'm sorry. That is very, very common. Before twins come into union, you'll often see them and feel them in your dream space. So they might be coming in and saying, hey, I'm so sorry that I kind of disregarded you. Love is all around you. The love is all around you. It's just kind of symbolic of like looking at life and appreciating all that you do have. Come out of your cave. This is that forgiveness. Somebody's coming out of their cave and apologizing. They're going to finally acknowledge the connection. They see you now. You're shining so bright. I just heard they want more and more and more of you. You're literally that unicorn they never thought could exist. Yay! This is a marriage energy. Somebody's saying yes. And it's a spirit-driven connection. That's why spirit just gave me this card with the marriage card. 333. When you're seeing the threes, that's a divine connection. And spirit is saying, hey, connect back to me and I'll bring you this divine love. You can trust this connection. So whoever you're thinking about right now, spirit is confirming that you can trust them. It is a go. It is a full go. Change is here. Expect magic, I just heard. Breakdown that builds character. Things might get a little wonky before this change comes in. It's okay. The breakdown is what I talk about in all of my videos. It's the delayering of our consciousness. Our consciousness has our ego with it, right? And our ego is the one over here judging, comparing, trying to find a solution, trying to stay safe, trying to protect itself. And the consciousness is behind it, kind of observing it, going, hey, babe, you don't have to do that anymore. We can let this voice just, chirp, chirp, chirp. And we can see the breakdown of it. It's going to start to get really loud when the ego is breaking down. It gets louder. A lot of self-hate, a lot of questioning your path, a lot of beating yourself up. Well, why did I do this? Or I can't believe I left my job with nothing lined up, or whatever it is. The ego will find your little soft spots. Just like I said earlier in this reading, my ego always makes me dream about people drowning because I witnessed my daughter, not being able to breathe in the end. So I have this, my ego knows that that's my weak spot, is when people won't be able to breathe, whether it's suffocation or drowning. So my dream space can often have, horror situations of people who can't breathe, and they're people that I love. But I've learned to wake up in the middle of the night and go, nice try, ego. You're not going to get me this time. But it's just the natural part. It's the mechanism of our mind that is just on overdrive, I guess you can say. And when the energy, like we talked about from the Schumann, comes in, it's making the ego, it's almost like pushing a fast forward on the ego, and it makes the ego move really, really, really fast for like an hour or two, which is anxiety, which is fear. So that was a really good analogy. I've never used that before. When energy is hitting our planet, it's pushing like the rabbit mode on our ego, and it makes it heightened and it makes it stronger and it makes it sound really real and like, oh my God, is somebody really going to die? Or I'm scared, or do I need to contact this person? And it's all just a quick purge. It's that breakdown, because once the ego kind of falls away, you're chipping away at what isn't you. So the ego gets heightened and then it dies and it falls off. It's like a costume that you're taking off, and then you're brand new the next day. And you're like, oh my gosh, I feel so good. I feel like everything is possible. Your mind is clear. Your mind is calm. It's like the mind slowed down. The fast forward button is no longer on anymore. It's more of like slow mode. You went from rabbit mode to slow mode, and now the mind is calm. And you're like, wow, I can meditate so much quicker and easier now because I'm not in the rabbit mode. That's how the ego works. And it works with the energies that hit our planet. You are the sunshine in their life. There is nobody like you. You are so loved. The sun also represents masculine energy. So if you are somebody who holds more of the masculine energy, your person is saying, you are my sunshine. All right, I just got guidance to do tree magic. I've only used this maybe 3 or 4 times so far. One of my newer decks. So we're going to use this. We have the hazelnut tree. Good luck. Protection and good luck help you to advance confidently in the direction of your dreams. And there's a cute little squirrel. Just a squirrel trying to get a nut. Not to be sexual. But the hazelnut tree, good luck. Good luck is on your way. This, I feel like really strongly about this, you guys. This Six of Wands, being seen in the spotlight is like your manifestations coming to fruition, and now you're receiving it. It's luck. It's almost like it's not luck because you manifested it, but the fact that it's finally arriving feels like you're lucky. Okay, let's do a little spirit animal oracle. We have the otter at the bottom of the deck, which we're going to take because it makes a heart, and you know me, and I love my hearts. Look at two otters. Look at their faces all snuggled up with each other. You are never alone. That red thread, the person that you're connected with across lifetimes, you can feel them even when they're not with you. You can feel them in your bed with you. I have visions all the time and feelings of a masculine energy just hugging me, and I can feel the way he would touch me, and it's just the most amazing feeling. It's literally like an energetic experience, a 5D experience. And we have the turtle. Slow and steady wins the race. The turtle is all about taking your time, appreciating your surroundings, gathering wisdom, gathering experiences, and eventually cracking open that shell and sharing it with the world. That's kind of like the being seen in the spotlight. And it's number 62, and the otter is 42 for anybody interested. The starfish, 59, open to infinite possibilities. We have 2 star cards. This is a huge manifestation energy, you guys. This week is going to be booming. Somebody has really transcended their ego, and they're coming out of this waiting energy. You've waited a really long time for this thing, this person, this unicorn-like love, this unicorn-like experience. Maybe you're going to win the lottery, and it was something that nobody ever thought you could ever do. You've had dreams of it, and you're finally going to win, and you're going to keep it quiet, but maybe some people will be seeing you in the spotlight. But you're so worthy of receiving this. Do not settle. Do not think that it's not possible. Okay, let's do some Angel Wisdom Tarot. Yes, I knew it. A celebration, 3 of Cups, news worth celebrating, joyful announcements like engagements, weddings, pregnancy, or graduation, a time for gratitude, close communities, or chosen families. That's a huge celebration energy. All right, Spirit, what else do you got for us? Don't even tell me this is the 2 of Cups, you guys. It's upside down. What do you think? Oh, it's even better. It's the 10 of Cups. The happy family, the happy ending, a happy marriage, happily ever after, emotional contentment, a loving relationship with your children, raising children wisely, successfully, people you can trust. Somebody's going to be celebrating marriage, connection, the whole thing. Let's do an angel message, Archangel Michael deck. Put your creative energy into action. Archangel Gabriel joins me to spark your creativity, help you communicate your vision, and motivate you to create something beautiful. So what do you have in your sweet little heart that the world needs? You are a creative being. Anytime we're not creating, we're lackluster. We're not fully expressing ourselves in our highest form. Let's do my spellcasting deck. I haven't done this one in a while. My friend Renee got this deck for me. A lot of my decks have been gifts from lovely friends and clients. I just felt called to do one card. Transformation, we have a butterfly. More purple here. And purple represents the crown chakra, the crown and the third eye. They're kind of a mix of like purple and indigo. But I just heard somebody's accessing your clairs, your clairaudience, your clairsentient, their clairvoyance, claircognizant, all of that is really turning on in the next 3 weeks. you are really coming into yourself. You're coming into that. You're actually taking more off of what's not you, which is allowing your gifts to really enhance. Um, let's do Tosha Silver's Abundance deck. Sacrifice. Interesting. Let's see what this says. Sometimes surrender is painful. God's cutting away all that needs to go, illusions, obsessions, addictions. It's a sacrifice to love. That's exactly what we were just talking about. Chipping away that all is not you. It's all an illusion. You're literally dismantling your ego. You're saying no more. I want to be full consciousness. I want to be who I came here to be. I don't want to be a pattern that keeps repeating the same thing, the same cycles, the same addictions, the same people, right? We keep attracting the same people in the same situations over and over again until we heal it, until the consciousness says, okay, we're done. We can trash that lesson, moved on. And we can document it. I highly recommend, I always guide all of my clients to do an expansion list where you keep track of every ego death. You keep track of every type of ego death it was. Maybe it was an ego death on, putting yourself out there on social media or starting your own business. Like we have to go through these cycles of, I'm scared to do it. I'm scared to do it. And then you do it. And they're like, yes, I did it. I shushed my ego. You want to write down those moments. It's super important to celebrate yourself. And we have another listen card. Listen with your heart. I trust the messages I receive from my heart. This is your gifts really turning on, you guys. Your intuition is spot on this week and the next 3 weeks. Really tap in, get yourself in nature and just bask in it and be like, I want spirit to give me all the downloads. I want to share my gifts with the world. I want to be seen in the spotlight. I want to transform. I want to attract that marriage, that healthy relationship. I'm willing to let go of anything that is not love to get there. Anything that is not love would be comparison, judgment, addictions, holding on to past situations like the fire ant, how we started this. You're no longer holding on to the pain of the past. Maybe somebody's ego hurt you in the past. You're letting go of that. You're saying no more. I'm going to listen with a clear heart to see where I'm being guided to go next. And if it's towards somebody who hurt me in the past, I'm going to open up my heart and say, I trust. I'm going to wait for the universe to move this to me. But in the meantime, I'm going to open my heart and say, I'm ready. I'm ready for this connection. I want to listen. I want to have bliss. I just have this energy of somebody is like, you've been wishing on a star this entire time, and now it's finally coming closer and closer and closer, and you're feeling it. You're feeling your person lay with you at night. You're feeling the money coming into your bank account. You're feeling yourself doing your mission work, and you're like, this feels so good. Maybe you're seeing yourself get pregnant. You are allowed to receive this. One of the biggest things that I've been stepping into through my move and through my healing process was this idea of disappointment. I cannot believe I let the spirit of disappointment run my life for the last 42 years. I am now a woman that speaks with conviction, and I am no longer settling for any thought that says I can't have what I want. I am demanding that I am worthy of God's promise, of the universe's promise, of my dreams. Just how I started this reading, your every hope, your every wish, your every dream is meant to become your reality. Pretty sure I said that earlier, didn't I? But my first mentor, Midge, back in 2018, she said that quote to me. It was a channeled message from her guide. She wrote it in her little book that she would bring to all of her readings. She would bring her astrology report for that month. And when you would go to see her for a sit down reading, she would always have these quotes that she channeled from spirit for the year, for the month, for that time period, for that week. And that was one quote that stuck with me. And I remember when I first heard it, I was like, this lady's crazy. I was like, we can't really have everything we want. And looking back now, I'm fully open and aware that we can. And if it's in our heart, it's meant to come into fruition. And it's just a matter of time. And we're not going to allow the spirit of disappointment to tell us we can't have it. Absolutely not. We are worthy of having it. We are not, believing that we can't have the perfect partner. And perfect meaning like what your needs are. or expecting, allowing yourself to expect God to surprise you with somebody that's even better than you could have ever imagined. Sometimes things don't look the way we think they're going to look. And that kind of throws our ego for a little bit of a loop, but that's the sacrifice. We're letting go of that thought process to say that, oh, well, I've always dreamt of having a partner like this. Well, maybe that's not really that. Maybe that was your ego that created this illusion as a little girl or boy where you were really wanting to leave your home life or your childhood. So you created this visual of what you thought would make you happy. Now you're dismantling that and you're seeing who God really made for you. And they are better than you could have ever dreamed up. And that's this energy. They are the biggest star and they're the biggest light. They've been guiding you all this time. You guys have been connected with the red string. Look at the string. So freaking awesome. All right, lovies, I'm going to end it there. I'm sending you so much love. Have a wonderful week. Keep me posted on what's happening. Thank you for supporting me, my daughter, and our channel, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, peace out.